Nick Hart from Backstreet Boys.
Shout out to Boy Band Break.
It's Chris Kirkpatrick here. Shout out to your podcast, Boy Band Break.
Everybody, this is Howie D, and I'm listening to Boy Band Break.
Hi, Ashley Parker Angel here. Huge shout out to the Boy Band Break podcast.
This is Brad from LFO, and you are listening to Boy Band Break.
Hey, what's up? This is Jacob.
What's up? It's Dan.
What's up? It's Trevor.
And it's Eric Michael, and it's time for Boy Band Break, baby. Let's go!
Bam, 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 bam.
Welcome back to Boy Band Break. We encourage you to take a break from your day and join us in some boy band conversation. As always, I'm Cinzia.
And I'm Sophia. And welcome back.
Welcome back, everyone. Hope you had a good week.
And hopefully you've survived the snowstorm of Sunday, January 25th.
Yes, it is a snowy day. A lot of storms everywhere across Canada and the US. Although for some reason, not too much where I am. Lots where Sophia is. I believe you said. Yes. So.
There's supposed to be between, I don't know, they've accumulation to be 40 centimeters from Environment Canada. They've bumped it up to 50 centimeters from Mississauga. So we shall see.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. Yeah, no, so far it looks pretty good. I'm like, my car is not even covered with snow, which is odd. I don't know if it's just really windy out, which could be it. I have not gone outside all day, but yep, stay warm and stay safe, everybody.
I went for 10 minutes and it was really bad. And then the cars are covered outside on the roads. People are still driving. It's very entertaining that people are still out.
Gotta go where you gotta go. Speaking of staying inside, I was just watching. Last week I mentioned a little bit of a heated rivalry era that I am going through right now. But the mayor of phase, yes. So I believe, I think it was the mayor of New York. He's like, don't go outside if it's whatever, stay home. And the New York Public Library has stay home and listen to the audiobook or read the ebook of Heated Rivalry out there for some, so the mayor is like telling people to read.
Yeah, the mayor has been out there. That's the most I've heard of this New York mayor since before. Yeah. The other mayor I've never heard of. But this mayor, he just been in maybe 15 days. How many days has he been in office? And I've heard the most about this guy, which is cool because he's doing good things. When you can hear about him, he's doing good things. I heard about the childcare, so that's good.
I have not heard anything, but yes, good for them. So are they doing?
Yeah, apparently they're doing cheaper or affordable childcare, which is good because that's what New York needs apparently because everything costs a lot. And then also the rent in New York City has gone up the wazoo. So he's trying to do
more
affordable housing for them as well. So I was like,
there you go. Good luck with that.
And here in Toronto, the libraries are closed because of the winter storm. So that's interesting that he said, go to the library.
No, go online to the library.
Oh, go online.
To the audiobooks and the ebooks. So he's like, go to the public library website and then get your.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense. I was wow,
not go out and go to the library. No, for sure. Stay home. Speaking of staying home and reading books, I have now finished the Game Changer series, which is what Heated Rivalry is in. The very last book is called The Long Game, and this is a very Shane and Ilya book, and it is beautiful, and I'm not going to give any spoilers out, and it's really annoying to me that I need to find some people who've read this book because I need to discuss. So, but this one, I thought I was going to finish reading it at a decent time, but then by the time I finally finished it, it was 5:41 a.m. But so that was my
Saturday. You stayed up that late to listen, or
I did. To read, yes, and it is fantastic, and I love them, and I love Ilya. I don't know, it's just a good book. I did cry a bunch of times. I don't know if that was because I was overly tired or because you just feel so bad for characters, but it's happy ending. It's not like it's sad ending or anything like that.
I feel like once you're attached to the characters, you feel everything that they feel.
Yes, and it's just and it talks a lot about mental health and things like that. So there's some good stuff in there. Then we had a cousins craft night yesterday with some of my cousins, and I was going to make some like beaded bracelets, like my boy band break one that have that. But then there's this quote that they have. There's one of the quotes from the show. So I decided that I was going to do that. And I couldn't figure out, because there were so many, if I was going to do some sort of weird, like thick bracelet thing. But I decided to just put it all on one string and kind of make it a necklace. And then what I ended up doing was the Shane parts, because he plays for the Montreal Metros. Their colors are like blue and red. So I did his like lines there. And then Ilya's, I wanted to change the beads. So do you know how hard it was for me to find beads that were different colors? Like I have so many of like the regular black and white ones, but all like the fun colored ones, I did not have enough letters to do the whole quote. And it was driving me nuts. So then I ended up just using my glow in the dark letters for him. So he plays for the Boston Raiders. So it's black and yellow. And then, yeah, so basically it's that quote that everybody quotes. And it is, so when Shane is in the hospital and kind of loopy, and he says, will you come to my cottage this summer? Don't go to Russia. Come to my house. We have, oh my God, I've already forgotten what WHSF. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, guys, that I've ruined this. But anyways, we'll have so much fun. It's so private, no one will know. And then Ilya goes, Hollander, you know I cannot do that. And then he says, we can have a week or even 2. We can be completely alone together. And then I put the little stars there beside there with the T, because every time somebody reenacts it, they do those like blah, sparkly eyes. And then it ends off with him saying, maybe, maybe. So anyways, so that is my new necklace that I have made.
And I saw on the television,
yes,
or on Twitter as well, because mostly I get the news now from Twitter, that 2 of the actors from Heated Rivalry were doing the torch for the Olympic torch.
They were doing the Olympic torch thing. So they were in Italy today.
I think it's called the relay or the run or whatever.
Yeah. So the Olympics, what day did the Olympics start? It's sometime in February.
Yes.
So
I think somebody said in 2 weeks.
I think so. So basically what happens is when like they bring the torch to the country, and then they kind of just leave it at one end of the country, and then they just kind of bring it through people and athletes and citizens and stuff and kind of bring it to the end of the country. So I just looked this up. So when it was the 2010 Olympics, my mom's friend Dimpna was actually a torchbearer at one point. So she signed up, somehow won this thing. So they got like a little like warm up suits and stuff. And then they got to carry this torch. And then you didn't get to keep the torch unless you paid money. I think it was around $150 back then. But basically, so this flame comes and they just kind of like take it across the country. So you're not going like long distances. I don't know. I think it's maybe like 500 meters or a kilometer or something like that. And then you pass it on to the next person. So that's what they're doing in Italy right now. So
yes, they want to give a lot of people a chance to experience this.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah. So sometimes it'll be like local celebrities, it'll be people who businesses, things like that. Like Ron Foxcroft did it for Hamilton. He was a businessman. So yes, there's a bunch of other people that have it. So it's kind of like a cool.
Did it for Toronto, I believe, when Vancouver had it. Or no, the Pan Am Games. Same with the Pan Am Games had it in Toronto. She was one of the bearers as well.
Yeah, for sure. So it's cool. Then like people can like line the streets and like cheer you on as you bring your torch. So Hudson was first. And then he passed it on to Connor. So that's just them randomly in Italy, kind of walking around mid-afternoon, I guess. And then so what's cute is somebody pointed out on Threads, which I've now become obsessed with Threads, is that they are actually like, obviously they're actors as well, but Hudson does MMA fighting and Connor is a gymnast. So it's kind of cool that like they're at the Olympics, even though they're not like, because they have like sporty backgrounds, but obviously they're there because the show is insane and great. So, yeah. And then there was like some video footage.
I appreciate that it is a Canadian show, and this is why it's popular, because the Americans are like, yes, this is so good.
Just look how happy they are to be doing it. Like how cute. Yeah. So great show, good CanCon. We're good there. So, yeah. So happy for them that they got to do that. Yeah. So that is our heated rivalry update that has nothing to do with this episode. What?
Even if you didn't want to know, your algorithm
You're
is
gonna know.
filled with
Sorry.
it. It's all good. So even if you're talking about it, it just shows up.
And a lot of people have it's because it's like a fandom now, and it's just like all fandoms are basically kind of the same. So, I feel like it's akimbo to like boy bandy ones too. Like some people are like, I haven't been this obsessed since One Direction. I was like, oh God, I'm much older than the target market here, but whatever. It's like, but it's all good. It's the same stuff. But yeah,
This is with Degrassi. Degrassi was like an older show in Canada, and then they brought it back, The Next Generation. And then the teens in the US really loved it.
Yes.
Was it the N network? I forget what network they had in the US, but it exploded.
CW maybe or something, or
no, I think it was like a network that like wasn't really well known.
Okay.
I forget the network, but yeah, it was a big deal. And then like when it ended, I think that it was running for like 10 seasons, The Next Generation or something, or maybe it was longer.
Apparently it was something called Noggin.
Yes, the N network. I just couldn't tell.
The N network, yes.
Yes. It ran for a long time. And then I remember like they had like a special when it was ending. And then everyone was like, we grew up with the show. And there was tears and because it's the end of an era.
End of an era. So yes. Schitt's Creek was also Canadian. There's lots of good Canadian.
Creek was very popular as well. Yes.
For sure. Anyway, so that's going good.
It's on reruns too. Everything now is like reruns. So
and the guy who plays Scott in Heated Rivalry was on episode of Schitt's Creek. So there you go. Francois. Any boy bandy news? Oh, okay. BTS had their sales of their summer tour. I signed up for a BTS fan club thing
from their tour of
so they've all finished their army duty. So now they are back to touring. So they're coming out this summer. They're not doing a ton of dates. I believe we went over this before. They are doing 2 dates in Toronto at the end of August. So I signed up for the fan club for pre-sale. Totally forgot when it went on. So I went like 2 hours later. And there was only one single ticket left in both.
I was going to say, I think it sold out in hours or maybe minutes.
Oh, it would have sold out probably instantly. And this is, so then I was like, okay, that's fine, whatever. So I tried to buy the single ticket and it wouldn't let me because the fan club pre-sale, you were only allowed to buy minimum of 2 tickets. I was like, that's so friggin' annoying.
But then who gets the last ticket?
So then that ticket just sat there and you couldn't do anything. And then the regular sale was on Saturday. And of course, I also forgot about what time it went on sale. When I went to go, it was sold out. It's like a 50,000 seat arena or outdoor event. So hopefully maybe they need people.
You want Rogers Arena?
Rogers Stadium.
Oh, Rogers Stadium. Right.
Whatever the one is, that's Downsview.
Yes, Rogers Stadium.
Yeah.
I called it arena for some reason. I don't know why. Sorry.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's that. I believe they've basically sold out wherever they are because it's BTS. So, but the tickets weren't crazy expensive that I saw. Like, I don't know about the closer ones. I only saw 2 tickets, guys, and they were kind of like nosebleedy.
To be fair, I didn't really hear much about it. So I have no idea.
So so the stadium is actually an interesting, it's an interesting setup for it. Is that the stage is in the round and then it has what are those things? Those catwalks that come out. We used to call them penis stages during the NKUTBSB tour.
Yeah, because it was shaped like that.
Because it kind of came out and had anyways. But this is not like that. So it's it'll still show the seating chart. One sec. Okay, so the stage is in the middle. And then they have it's kind of like all around. So I feel like anywhere that you're here is going to be a good spot. And what I thought was interesting, because when we did the Oasis one, basically this area at the front was like a big screen, so it's screen in the stage. And then this was like GA and then GA, but the GAs were separated. So it was like front of line GA and back GA. And Yeah, so this is not GA. These are all seats. There was like little spots and everything. So I feel like you need that because you're gonna have people camping out for hours and stuff. They also had VIP packages, which I don't believe you got to meet them, but it was like a sound check VIP ahead of time. So, and you got like early access for merch and all that other stuff. And so yeah, it sounded like it's gonna be good. We're not going because we have no tickets, but
That's good.
But I'm like
for all
happy
the
that they
BTS fans they got their band back.
And also because they're only doing so few dates, I feel like Toronto was going to sell out regardless because it was a weekend and it's Toronto. So it's much easier.
They're very popular.
And they're very popular. And it's much easier for people from other countries to fly into Toronto. Yes, especially with like instability in the States right now. I feel like people don't want to travel there. So
especially the last couple of days, it's escalated even worse. So
yeah, so stay safe, everyone, and yes. So that was BTS. In the Backstreet front, they added one more date to Germany, so now they're at 10 dates, and that's allegedly the final one. And in the last couple of days, they've been in New York City filming.
Yes, I saw a video.
Commercial, I believe.
Yes, I saw a video of them in New York City.
Did they specifically say it's a Super Bowl commercial, or did we just hear that rumor?
We just heard it was, but it makes sense that it was.
Nick had said something about football. He had posted something, and then so
yes, there was like Brian posted an Instagram post saying back to the office, and he was on a flight.
Every time he's on the plane, he's like, "Oh, back to work, back to the office."
Yeah. So we're like, "Oh, where's he going?" And then Nick posted himself in like a face mask. To help you clean out your pores and stuff. What is it called?
Oh, yeah. One of those.
Yes. And then he's like, "I don't love it, or do I love it?"
What a nerd.
And then there was a makeup artist posted saying they were in New York City and she was doing their makeup. So then we were like, "Ooh, what is this? Is it something? Is it going to be something to do with a music video or a photo shoot? What could it possibly be?" And then that's when we were saying it's for the Super Bowl.
Yes. So it's like,
it's T-Mobile. Apparently it's T-Mobile.
Yes. So, and then also he talked to William Shatner for some reason from Star Trek. He was,
yes, he's a Trekkie. He's very into the Trekkie way of life.
Yes. So there'll be some sort of Nick Carter, William Shatner thing in the new year. So there you go. I don't think there's any other like super new boy band news right now. So that's basically it. Nick Jonas's solo album is coming out soon, so we'll probably do a review of that one. And then so I think they're just kind of spending time with Fam Jam and doing things, and haven't really announced anything like major coming up.
Right.
Like besides the Germany shows and stuff and that Bottleneck Festival. But a Bottle Rock, sorry, not Bottleneck. So anyway, so that's kind of what's going on in the boy bandy world. And we will keep you up to date if we find any other stuff, because every time we say this, more stuff comes in. So manifestation. Okay.
Stay tuned for more news. I'm sure it will come eventually.
Definitely. So today's episode, now that we're 18 minutes in, is going to be what we should have done several months ago, but it was Christmas and busy time and we didn't really get around to doing. And there was
you were also sick a couple of times.
That was right. I was sick too. So there was just
so your voice is back to normal. Then you're able to talk a lot and you don't have to drink water and cough and drink water. So
there you go. So anyways, if any of you guys remember, back in November, I ended up going to London, England to see the Boy Band 5. So the reunion tour. So basically quick how this even ended up. I went to Italy this summer, and 2 days before I left, my friend Gina, who we've talked about a lot of times, my high school bestie, and we had In Sync and all that other stuff that we do. So anytime I talk about In Sync or Five, we mention Gina. She is camera shy and does not want to be on the podcast, but I took some notes from her. But anyway, so she called me, and she's so basically when Five reunited last year, we're like, oh my God, maybe they'll come to Canada, whatever. No, they only did like UK dates. So we're like, okay. And then the UK dates were like November, September, October, like October, November time frame. And Gina's a teacher and can't get time off. So understand. So she's like, I'm not even going to look at these tickets. Like, who cares? Whatever. And they basically sold out like immediately. What we were unaware of in the UK, they actually have two ticketing platforms. So they have Ticketmaster, but they also have something called Access. And they have access to separate sets of tickets. So when she was talking to her sister and being like, oh, I'm bummed out that they don't have tickets. And she's like, what are you talking about? There's tickets there right now. And she's like, no, there's not. I'm checking Ticketmaster. Like, no, go on Access and they're there. So she ended up getting two in the front of a section, like off to the side. So we ended up, so she buys these. So she calls me to tell me this. She's like, oh, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, so I bought the tickets and we're going to England. So when she was telling me this, I was like, oh, her and her sister are going to England. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. Good for you. And she's like, no, like we're going. I'm like, me and you? She's like, yeah. She's like, we'll discuss it when you give it. Maybe we won't go, whatever. So then I'm in Italy and she texted me. She's like, okay, I also bought a soundcheck passes. I was like, okay, so I guess we're going. So, when I came back, we ended up like booking flights and hotel, and it wasn't too bad because she had lived in England for Teachers College 20 years ago. So this was actually like the 20th anniversary of the last time she's been in England. So she's like, oh yeah, like we don't need to see. A lot has changed, but a lot has stayed the same. Like there was a lot of like familiar things for. So that was good. So she was like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, all right, I've always wanted to go to England. So fuck, let's do this. Cause YOLO, I have no responsibilities or children or anything like that. And I have vacation. So live it up, man. Live it up. You never know. So we ended up going and it was amazing. And we also got to go see the Hunger Games on stage, which is one of my favorite series is the Hunger Games. And like, seriously, I guess. Like it was good. Like it was such a good play. It's the first one. So that was good. And then there's this all-you-can-eat cheese restaurant that I had seen on Instagram for like years. And I was like, and it's like cheese coming around on a conveyor belt. And I was like, holy fuck, we need to do this. But the all-you-can-eat is only on Wednesdays. But because we didn't want to the concert was on a Thursday. So because we didn't want to fly in the morning of in case flight delays or anything like that, we're like, oh, we'll just come in like the Tuesday night. So we're there Wednesday morning. So we're like, well, might as well do all you can eat cheese.
Might as well.
Totally forgetting that Gina is lactose intolerant. But it was fine. She was like, if it's a harder cheese, she's okay with it. So anyways, I'm going to just show some pictures of these things. So basically that's kind of like the main thing. I probably won't talk about the other stuff anymore, maybe, but we're talking about the Five thing. But here are some pictures. As per usual, when Cinzia goes on vacation, there's over 1,000 pictures here, so I'm not going to show them all. But basically, we took British Airways. So this is Gina, for anyone who has not met her before. There you go. We're about the same height. Both wear glasses. Yes. So also the airport had this really cute poutine stuffy, and I was like, oh, so cute, so Canada.
Cute.
Also British Airways flight thing, what is that thing called, like the safety, is like super cute video. I think I took a video of it later, but basically they're all like dressed up in like Bridgerton-y things and like Pride and Prejudice, and they're like, oh, the seat back things, and it's like talking about like airplane stuff but in like Britishy. It's cute. Also, my mom's friend made this mouse, and she doesn't get to travel, so we have to take the mouse with us when we travel. Her name is Maud. So there's a bunch of pictures of Maud if you're wondering. Basically, yes. So look, Paddington Bear.
So Maud went to Italy, Paris.
Maud's a world traveler. Yes. So the place that we went, Primark. We stayed in Hammersmith, which was like very close, like to this. We stayed at a Holiday Inn, and it was like a 10-minute walk to the tube station. And then like their transit system in London is fantastic. Like it is so good. Like they have all the subway lines. They have the double-decker buses. We almost went on a double-decker, but traffic was insane and they weren't moving and we were cold. So we're like, we're just going to go back on a tube line. But yeah, like it's just very easy to go through it. The thing, and this is,
But I think that one, they don't connect at all. Like in Toronto, at least most of them connect.
most of them connect. So there's a lot of
But I don't think in London it connects, right?
a lot of them connect. I wonder if but there's like I think at least 6 different lines.
Oh, okay.
And kind of like, and then sometimes at the stations you'll have to like go up like multiple stairs and things and walk and to connect to the other ones. But it's so easy to get around, like so easy to get around.
Yeah.
Also, Primark is kind of like a Walmart, but not really. It's more like clothes and stuff, but it's like very inexpensive. So like, for example, I got a hoodie for £9 and things like that. And they have like a lot of, so it's like, so we went to Primark, I want to say like 8 times over the course of 3 days. So
why not?
yeah. So they had pajamas and things like that. So yeah. Anyways, the place that we went to with all you can eat cheese. So if you're in England or whatever, it is called the Pick and Cheese. And it is located in the Seven Seas Market. And so then, yeah. So there's a whole list of, I think there's 27 different kinds of cheese. 29. Oh, the yellow plates went there. So there was 27 different ones you could get. And they come on these like cute little trays and they're each like with something else. So it's like the cheese and this is like Turkish Delight, or like cheese on this cracker with this sauce or whatever, like cookie. So they have all these like little cheeses and there's a couple of meats and this was like whipped ricotta. Oh my God, they're so good. So they all have these little numbers. So it matches to your like paper. So at first I was like, okay, I'm just going to try the cheeses. And then it became like, I swear to God, it became like a challenge that I needed to try all 27 varieties of cheese. And I hate blue cheese. So I kind of left that towards the end. So, and they had like some good pickled stuff too. And even like, I don't normally eat meat, but I'm like, okay, I'll eat some just because, so I can try all 27 things. So then like, Gina's like, you're insane. You hate blue cheese. And I'm like, I don't care. It's a challenge. She's like, it's not a challenge. She's like, just eat what you like. You're going to get sick. And I was like, I will not. I refuse. So anyway, so we finally did. We ate it all. Like I ate it all. She ate only a couple of things but she was still full, whatever. So then she goes to tell like the waiter guys, because we had a woman waitress server, and then this man came at the end and she's to like bring us the bill and stuff, and she's like, can you believe that she ate all of them? And he's like, yeah. And he like high-fived me. His name was Lawrence, super lovely guy. And he's like, that's the point, you got to try all the cheeses. I'm like, so we definitely got our money's worth. It ended up being, it was basically like 30 pounds a person, I think. But when I counted up all the cheeses, it was definitely over 100 and something over. So we definitely like we got our money's worth there. Anyways, fabulous place. Yeah, so it comes up on these little conveyor belts and you're just kind of like sitting around and it just kind of goes around. It's great. It's so good. So
excellent.
That was fun. Yeah, so here's like a double-decker bus. Covent Gardens is one of the stops. This one is so like when these underground, the tube is so far underground on some of these. I'm 99% sure it was this one. It's like, do not take the stairs unless you need to, because it was like the equivalent of like a 13-story building or something. Walking up all these, it was like 192 steps or something like that. So like, please take the elevator up. But then they also had like some crazy ass escalators that were like so, yeah, it was good. Anyways, really good transit system. I liked it. And
it's fun.
Some cool. Oh, they also had Quality Street chocolates, and you can like make your own, like make your own containers worth. So you could pick whichever flavors you wanted. So we did that. We did the Harry Potter thing, where we did the platform 9 3/4 at King's Cross Station. So they have like the little suitcases going through, and you can pretend like you're going to Hogwarts.
Wonderful.
So yes, a lot of that stuff. And then they do like, and we weren't going to buy the pictures because like we got them on our phone anyways, but then we're like, okay, these are cute. So we have like the Gryffindor
YOLO, right?
And then they like take your like the scarf, and then they have like and they throw it up in the air right when you're about to take it, so it looks like it's just floating. So it's
That's cool.
Like look at that. Look how I'm like, professional. So there you go.
That is so fun.
It was definitely a lot of fun. And then obviously like the breakfast was like buffet. They had like beans and stuff because that's what they do, but they also had like all the regular
their
stuff,
breakfast is like beans and
tomato slices and stuff.
yeah.
Then so then we went to, so Gina actually came to recreate when she was here 20 years ago. She had taken a picture of herself like in front of oh my god, I can't remember what this is called. The London Eye, is that what it is?
Yeah, London Eye, yeah.
She had taken it, so she had shown her class it before we went. So she actually ended up FaceTiming. Yeah, it was cute. It was thing. So yes, and then they have this like the tube people. I don't know if you've seen like online, they do kind of do these things and whatever. So they had one for 5. So this was right at the very end, right before the O2 Arena.
They've done a lot of them for like the WWE, so that's why.
Yeah, right. So they've done it for like a lot of celebrities and pop culture things and stuff like that. So you know what? I'm just gonna read it, and then they put a lot of like the song titles in there and stuff. So it says,
yes, it's very
underground service information for 5, and it's all on the board. Is their Twitter or Instagram or whatever. So it says, it's time to slam dunk the funk with straight up funk and witness everybody get up as 5 rock the party with We Will Rock You when the lights go out in the O2. You and I have got the feeling as we're reminiscing that the heat of the good times are coming back for more. When my song is on, I will keep on moving until the time is through. Come on, let's get it on, and let's dance on top of the world. It's all right if we're going to go in all night until the morning reset. When we feel the love all around, written in the sun, the sunshine is a warm place with a certain kind of something in the air. It's the things you do that prove that you're human and show that you care. Take your chances on me and let me grow to be the one. If you're getting down, get closer to me and hear me now. I'm serious when I say you make me a better man somehow. As you lay all your lovin' on me, I feel king size and invincible. When we lose our minds, I'm not sure where my body goes. I won't be satisfied in my battle star until the scent of Shangri-La fills my nose. Don't you want it in this world of mine? When I kick that wall down, if it's making me fall. Switch things like Inspector Gadget if you're dizzy and shake it with a cold sweat. Every day, Mr. Z is a lovable rogue at the end of the alphabet. How do you feel when you break down and lose your drive? There are 2 sides to every story. That's what you told me. Don't fight it, baby. I don't want to let you go. Please just hold me. Can you jam like Mr. Jam on the party line 555 online, ending with an A12345? So, okay, sorry, but basically I stopped counting, but it was over like 20 songs are referenced in this thing. So they put like all the song titles and all that stuff. So it was really cute. It was a lot of fun. So that was cool. And that was up. I was going to say it was up for both days, but they only had one concert that we went to, so I have no idea. I think they might have had it like when they were there, because the show we went to was the 3rd O2. So they did it I believe it was the 11th and 12th, and then we were there on the 20th. So yeah, so there you go. So we got there. There's some picture. This is our selfie with 5 because we definitely did not get one. So that's as close as we were going to get.
Well, we didn't provide it, so.
So yeah, so the cool thing, so this is the O2 Arena. So there's a concert hall inside there, and then there's this like big tent thing over it, and then there's like a whole bunch of shops like surrounding it. It's a really interesting thing. Like, yeah, this kind of like shows what it looks like. So you have all the different like things around there, but then as you're walking there from the tube station, there's also a whole bunch of restaurants and other things on the outside. So, nice. And the funny part,
the Backstreet
like,
played there.
Yeah, that's like a really big
and NKO TBSB, but still
for sure. Oh, that was the NKO TBSB one.
Yeah.
Okay,
that was when they announced Kevin's return, and they announced AJ was having a baby.
Yes, I remember that for sure. Yeah, so this is when you get inside the front door, then the arena is back here, and then you can go up and there's like fancy shops up here, and then you go this way and there's like a bunch of restaurants. It's kind of confusing because we'd never been there before. Also, I was trying to get to the Prime Meridian because that's where like it kind of cuts down through, and I didn't realize it, so I just took a picture of this because I'm like, oh, this is cute, not realizing that this is one of the things we were trying to see, and we're like, oh, I just thought it was a cute thing on the whatever. So yeah, so this is the O2. You kind of walk.
So was it like when we went to the Grove and we're like, oh, this is it, and then we were
Actually,
surprised?
this one was more impressive than because I feel like I went in with very low expectations of not really knowing what it was.
Oh, okay. Because I just remember like we watched TV and they had like the Grove and different TV shows, and then when we went, we're like, oh, it looks like it's so big on TV, but when you're there in person, it's like so small.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yes. So, this was cute. So then we went to the soundcheck party first. And then they had a QR code for you to scan, and then you could submit a question. So that was kind of annoying that we had to do it ahead of time and you couldn't do it like just like there wasn't somebody walking around with a microphone. But I feel like they probably wanted to vet the questions first. And you could submit as many questions as you wanted. So I was just submitting like random shit. We did not get chosen. Okay, let's see what my question was. Okay, so I wrote, I'm from Canada with my high school bestie Gina. We saw your only Canadian performance at Canada's Wonderland on YTV Psychoblast in 1999. Do you have any plans on coming to North America in the new year? And I said, also, do you like reading fan signs at shows? What's the most memorable one you can think of? Signed a Canadian who made a highly questionable sign as a teenager because we didn't understand UK slang. So that was when they had come and we had made a sign that said, drop your keks, not realizing that meant
this
underwear.
is a very famous story.
So we've mentioned this a few times. I thought it was like, just drop your pants because he said he likes to go to the beach and drop his keks. And I was like, oh, he just wants some like breezy air. No. So I made a sign when I was like 15, 17, 16, something like that, saying drop your keks. And they noticed it and they pointed at it and they were nudging each other and they were blowing kisses at us and stuff. We're like, oh, wow, like this is a great sign. Look at them liking our slang. And then afterwards, a year or two later, I realized, oh, we were asking them to get naked on stage. So yes, probably inappropriate. But anyways, it was fun.
That's funny. So
that was fun.
That's a memorable story.
Yes. So this one, she runs a lot of Five content. There's a 5 page, I believe her name is Honey. So she was giving out candy to people. As well.
Oh, like a fan page, you mean?
Yeah, she runs like the fan page, the 5 fan page. These Sam and James, freaking hilarious. They were behind us in line and they were so funny. And then we were making jokes about how James looks like Jay from 5 now, right? So we're like, okay, whatever. We didn't get lanyards. We got these like fabric-y wristbands, which seems to be like the new thing that people are doing now, which is fun, but it was like one of those ones with like those one-way stoppers. So if you pull it too tight, then you're like screwed, but it's fabric and you can't pull it off. So yeah, that was fun later. But yeah, it said keep on moving 2025 tour VIP soundcheck party. And so that was that. So obviously we couldn't bring it in for that. But afterwards, they ended up doing a thing where there was like this like famous DJ outside of the O2. So not in the like the little thing, like physically outside of the building. They had set it up and they said that 5 was going to be there. And we're like, are they actually going to be there? Like they have a sound check and then they have a concert. Like, what the hell are you talking about? So we were trying to figure out if they were actually going to go outside. And then we figured, you know what? We have nothing else to lose after this sound check. Let's just go out and see. So we were kind of like waiting around, seeing if they were going to come. And they did. So let's see. I think I have a video of them. I do have a video. It's on our YouTube on Shorts. If you go to Shorts, hold on, let me share this tab instead. So again, so our YouTube is Boy Band Break, BOYBAND BREAK. So I actually have, so this is how close we got. So during the sound check, they were on stage and the stage had a very big gap So it's not like they could reach out. So it was like more for like the camera crew and stuff. So we did not actually, so the sound check was literally just the sound check and the Q&A. There was no pictures. There was no like handshakes or anything like that. But afterwards they came out to do 2 songs. So I'm just going to play this clip. I don't know if you'll be able to hear the sound or not. But basically,
You can hear screaming.
So yeah, so like look how close we were. Like,
yeah, that's really close.
Like that was super close. But because I'm short AF, could not see them at all at this time. So we're like, oh, that's annoying. So so I couldn't see them. This was probably the closest. Oh, share this tab. This is like the closest picture we could kind of get by like putting my phone up in there and stuff. So there's Abs, there's Scott. So Gina ended up getting like kind of closer, but I'm like, I can't see anything. So there's no point in me being here. And I did the perimeter thing and it was just like, they weren't on an elevated stage. They were like literally ground level. So like the DJ was there and then I guess he was like filming on Instagram or whatever. So we're like, okay, whatever. So then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try to see them as they're leaving. So I wonder if I have, I did not. Okay, this is them leaving. I don't know if this is okay, you can't see anything because it's terrible quality because whatever. But basically, as they were leaving, they were coming out and I was able to actually like shake, like Abs squeezed my hand. So I got like an Abs hand squeeze. So I thought that was good.
That's good.
And yes. So actually.
It's the little things in life that mean a lot.
It does. And I was just like, okay, we flew from Canada and I got Abs squeeze my hand. So I just realized that I listened. So, okay. So here's another thing that you weren't supposed to do. And it is what it is. So they're like, you are not allowed to, you're not allowed to film any of the sound check. Like you're no filming, no audio, no whatever. They're like, you have to put your your phones away. So then we're like, we're flying all this way. And I took some notes and stuff, but they're not going to see this, so it doesn't really matter. We took a spy camera in. So we thought, oh, let's do a spy camera. Well, first I said, let's do like spy glasses because then I'm assuming it'll see exactly what you see. However, spy glasses are very expensive. Like, I think the cheapest one we saw was like 150 or something, but I actually need glasses to see. So I'm like, they're non-prescription, obviously. And then I was scared that there would be like a blinking light or something. Like, I don't know. I've never owned. So Gina was like, oh, they have these spy pens. And we're like, okay, we could pretend we're taking notes or something or put a pen. Or she's like, oh, you could just hang the pen on your jacket. So I was just like, smart. That makes sense too. Like whatever. So the day before, we're in the hotel room and we're like testing out this spy pen to see if it would even work because we have no idea because you have and I had it on my laptop. So we were able to like check it out. We're like, okay, we figured out how this thing worked. We're good because you have to hold it down for so many seconds. So we bring it in and then Gina clips it on her shirt. And she's facing them. So she's thinking, okay, we didn't really realize where the thing was. So basically, it's the videos are of the ceiling the entire time. So there's no videos of 5. It's just.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
And like during the sound check part when they were playing the music, it's all like. So like the sound quality was okay-ish. So I listened to the recordings and now I'm going to tell you what happened at the sound check for the most part. I tried to type as quick as I could, so I might have missed some things, but this is the gist of it, guys. So obviously karma was against us and they knew we were trying to do something wrong and it fucked us up. So that's
really, they caught you. Yes, karma has decided that, you know what, you tried to fool the system with the spy pen and we're going to fool you and you don't get any footage. So I was like, fair enough, spy pen, you win this round.
But you know what? Honestly, though, without it, like you are more immersed into it. Because I know a lot of the times we'll go to these things and we'll film it, and you're just like watching it through the camera. So this way, you're like actually like watching them like interact and stuff. It just was like killing me not to take pictures because we weren't allowed to have our phones out. It's not like they like put them anywhere, but they said you're not allowed to have your phones out. So we're like, okay, fine. Anyways, so I was writing notes, but it was very hard to write in this shitty notebook that I had that was like flipping. So anyway, so basically, so it was hard to hear. You can only see the ceiling. So they were talking like technical stuff about like the in-ear monitors, and that's why they have to do sound check every day, depending on where they are, blah, blah, blah. So then they did the first song that
I feel like for them, they haven't done it for so long. So I feel like they need practice.
Yeah. And each venue is set up a little bit differently too.
Yes.
And they're saying like, what we hear is different than what you guys hear. So we're like, we need to like, and I'm like, fair enough. They're like talking about like, it was a little bit like very technical, like the drums and the whatever. And then we're like, yes. It's very high tech performance, by the way.
Some people enjoy learning about that.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Very well done production, by the way. It was like, it was no offense, love them dearly, but it was not like an O-Town show where they just pressed like their little computer and played background music. Like this was like a full-blown production, like quality 90s, 2000s boy band, full band music things. It was great.
I think it helped that they sold very well the venues. So
for sure.
That definitely helped with costs.
100%. So the song that they did first was if you're getting down, baby. So we did that one. And then, so here's the thing, because I could not see them on the spy camera footage, I'm not 100% sure who's talking all the time. So I'll just keep that in mind here. So then they were asking if anyone had been to the O2 show before, and did you already have tickets? Like, did you buy it for all 3 shows? Or did you go to the show last week and then was like, I want to get more tickets? So it was kind of like a half and half response. People were very excited. And then obviously some of us were first timers. So then they did another song, which was serious. And then there was some more like tech issues. They were figuring out some sort of drums or something. I was like, okay. So then it was a Q&A. So they had some guy who works for them named Tom, and he was reading the questions that we had submitted. So Michelle from London asked, how does performing now compare to 25 years ago? And then they said the only thing the same is the actual performance on stage. They said 25 years ago, they were so busy. It was like every minute of the day was scheduled. There'd be interviews, there'd be promos, there'd be photo shoots. They were doing this and that and like doing all this stuff. And now they can basically relax and just show up and do the show type thing. Like they still did like some promo stuff ahead of time, but it wasn't like they were going to radio stations. It wasn't like, they didn't need to do all that other stuff. So they could enjoy it more. So that was kind of like the main thing, because back then you're so like focused and hyper. In 98 Degrees, other boy bands have said this as well, is that like when you're in the zone during that time period, building yourself up, you're just like, you got to constantly work, and you can't really relax and enjoy, right? So, so then Tom said that lots of people were asking, what do you want under your Christmas tree? So there was, again, I can't really sure who said what, but I believe it was Scott might have said relaxation and a bath. So I don't really understand how that you could be under your Christmas tree, but I feel like that's what he wanted for Christmas, was to relax and just like soak in a tub and whatever. I was like, okay, great.
Maybe he means like you know how people sometimes make like little tickets and you give it to someone like, oh, you get a free bath with this ticket, and then you pretend like you're giving somebody this ticket.
Yeah, when you were little, you would make one of those ones.
Yeah, or whatever. Maybe he means like that.
Yeah. So anyways,
I have no idea if that's what it means. I'm just trying to be helpful.
I know. So then Jay said, he said something, couldn't really understand what he was saying, but then he said what he would want is, what is that?
They're no, they're trying to get rid of the snow.
Oh, okay, snowplows. Yeah.
So my apologies for the big noises.
No, it's all good.
It's like right by us.
Well, there you go. At least it'll be clear. So then
they're cleaning the snow now, right?
That is true.
It took a while, but they're here.
Yeah, It is what it is. So Jay said what he would want for Christmas is like basically like information from management that they are doing more touring, like confirmation from them that's saying that we are doing more touring in 2026. So he said like they already have Australia, New Zealand, and he said that he'd like Europe, South America, and then at that point, being us, we shouted out Canada because we also had a Canada flag that we had stuck in, and we were like right up against the barricade. Because there, I would say there was like maybe 50 of us, I would say, and we basically all were like front row across the barricade. We were further down. We weren't like centered like everybody else. And some people didn't want, they kind of like stayed because we were in the pit area. So they were kind of like standing a bit back because again, the stage was higher. So but we're like, but I was just like unfurled the Canadian flag and just kind
did
of
they see you like when you
casually? Yes. As I put that, I were like, and they were like talking, and then they're like, oh, Canada. And we're like, Canada, yes. So then they asked whereabouts we were from. So Gina said Toronto. So we're like, okay, whatever. It's just easier to tell people Toronto because it's whatever. I usually say between Toronto and Niagara Falls because I feel like those are the two main landmarks, but yes. And then I can't remember who it was. It might have been Sean. They're like, oh, did you know that Jay lived in Canada? And we're like, no, like what the hell? Like I didn't know this at all. But he lived in Calgary, Alberta for about 3 years. And then of course, being me, I was like, well, it's time for you to come back to Canada because, you just got to shout.
Might as well shoot your shot, right?
And then yeah, so we were just kind of like chit-chatting about that, and then they were saying like, if you want us to go, you need to let us know. And I was like, we want you to.
Did
go.
they know that they rhymed?
Yeah, I don't think so.
That it was like rhyming right there. Look at you.
You're rhyming. So yeah, basically they said like we need to let management know that they want to go there. So after the tour finished, they did send out a thing. I don't know if the link is still available, but you could literally write in. If it is, I will put it in the comments of this.
Yes, when you shared it with us,
because we shared it. Yeah, so
I did it for you. Yes.
Yes. So it's just like, where do you want us to come up? So we're like, come to fucking Canada, but so we'll see how it goes. Fingers crossed. They still have not. They basically have, I'll go through the list later. There's a bunch of festivals they have, but there's still like a lot of empty space. So hopefully they'll add more tour dates. And then, so next
positive vibes.
Was supposed to be somebody named Sam, but I think their question ended up getting interrupted because somebody from Peru was there. And then she was asking them to make like a video for her sister, like after, when they're like, yeah, we'll do that afterwards. And I was like, could have asked. And then I don't even know how we got on that subject, but it said about 3 months before the tour, announcement, or either before the tour announcement or before the thing, Scott had asked Jay if he had started learning the songs, and he's like, okay, whatever, like obviously I was in this band, but over the years, like Jay's basically been the only one who hasn't been in the band, right? So Scott and Rich and Sean have toured together as three, and then they also Abs came back for a little bit. They did like a reunion, but Jay never came back. So this was like the first time in 25 years, I think, since they've been together as a band. So he's like, are you gonna, he's like, yeah, I know the songs, whatever. So then about 6 weeks before they were going to start like doing the rehearsals and things like that, Jay decided he was going to start listening to the songs, so whatever. And then he realized that he had forgotten most of the songs, including the ones that he had written himself. He's like, I had wrote verses in these songs, and I already forgot these songs.
Well, to be fair, it's like 20 years.
True. But
the brain doesn't remember if you're not in the group.
Remember. And if you haven't been actively like touring over the years, like you're not going to remember that. So,
well, look at the Backstreet Boys; they forget, and they've been doing it forever.
And they've been continuously doing it. And they forget their songs.
Sometimes your age it catches up with you. You don't remember these things, you know?
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty funny. And then, so then he had a bit of a panic attack / meltdown. Like, holy shit! How are we going to start doing this? I don't remember any of our songs. Which again, I can relate a lot to Jay, I felt. And he's like, now look at me now. And then Scott said, Jay is very last minute, which Sophia will also agree, Cinzia is very last minute, because I literally listened to this 5 minutes before we were supposed to record this episode. So yes.
Yes.
So
I gave her lots of time, but
you gave me weeks of time, and I
was like, yeah, I don't even know why, but because I already knew that you would do it anyway. But
that I could be a better person, Sophia. I appreciate that.
I thought, okay, maybe like a day before, but no.
Mm-hmm.
I had a feeling.
I'll have you know, I thought about it, and I kept saying, "Oh, I need to do this," and then
okay, that's a thought that counts.
Then I just kept getting distracted by fictional hockey players. Okay. Anyway, so then Jay says that he always leaves things to the last minute, like exams. He needs to be in full panic mode before doing what he needs to do. And I know this, and I have the same thing. I have some shit I need to get done for work tomorrow, and I have not started yet, but I'm like, all right, I will do that later. But
I feel like when you do that, you do your best work sometimes.
You know, I think sometimes I do. And I feel like part of the problem is that this works for me. Like in high school, I had an ISU, so an independent study unit, where 30% of my final mark, and it was due the next day. And it was about children's books and children's TV show. And I started that project at 7 p.m. the night before. I watched a couple of TV shows. I typed it all up. I finished the project at 7 a.m. I took a shower. I went to school, handed that in, basically almost fell asleep during the entire day at school because I could not. And then when I got the project back, I did very well. So this is the problem. Because if I had done poorly in it, I would be like, oh, okay, Cinzia, you know, for next time, you need to actually do shit on time and but because I did well, I was like, I can do this again. I can pull on-lighters, whatever. So this is my downfall.
This also happened to me in college.
Right.
I'm an ECE, RECE, registered early childhood educator. And I had a placement, and then placement was done at like 4. Then at that time, I didn't really have a laptop. So I used the college's library, and I typed up my essay, the essay I had to do about philosophy and why do you think, and what is your philosophy of taking care of children? And I was like, yes, I'm an interest play. Basically, what the YMCA does is what I believe in.
Regurgitated, yeah.
Yes, and then I was like, okay, hopefully this is good enough. So I literally was like 2 hours at the library. I finished, took the TTC back home. The next day, gave in my assignment, and I got an A. So I was like, see, it works apparently.
See, there you go.
And then it happened again. I was like, okay, I'm going to do this again, clearly, because I was busy at placement, because at that time you do school, and then the next day you do a placement, and the placement is like the all day. And then you're like, okay, I got to go to the library and use the computer because I don't have a laptop.
Yep.
So basically I used the college's library, and I got good grades for doing that. So it works.
You're still in the field and you work.
See?
So there you go.
It works. And I got good grades. I got A's, 30 out of 30. And then the comments on all of the assignments were like, great job, Sophia. Very thorough work. I was like, yes, that's right.
Yes. Yeah, I think I got a comment. You can tell that you put a lot of effort into this. I was like, can you? Because I did it the night before, but okay, yes.
Yeah.
So anyway, so Jay was talking about how he gets into full panic mode before getting done what he needs to get done. And then I believe it was Scott said, yeah, that's great, but that doesn't work when you're in a band with other people. You need to get your shit together.
I feel like if you're solo, it would probably be better, but yes.
And then Jay said, well, I'm nearly 50, so I'm not changing anytime soon. So I'm like, okay, there you go.
Whatever works for you, right?
And then I think it was Sean, I couldn't tell. He said that he didn't need to brush up on any of the songs because he's pretty sure he knew them, which again makes sense because he's been performing them for years. So, yes.
Although I guess even if you're performing them, you can forget.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
And that's why, like, I'm using the Backstreet Boys again because they go on YouTube and are like, oh yeah, that's how the choreography went to this song that they forgot about.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I remember We've Got It Going On. They hadn't done that one for a while, and now they always do We've Got It Going On.
And when you have such a big catalog of music, like you can't play all the songs all the time. So you got when you switch it out.
Oh yeah, and Get Down. They hadn't done Get Down in so long. And then they're like, yes, we had to check YouTube to see like what the choreography was.
See, and isn't it good that we have these things out there that they can research?
Exactly. It helps.
Exactly. And even like the Jonas Brothers, they do like fan requests. So like sometimes people have like deep cuts and they'll like try to remember what the song was or whatever. So keeps it kind of on their toes. They're a little bit younger. I feel like
Google the lyrics, and it's helpful to have a phone that you can Google the lyrics. Yeah,
for sure. I remember there's been some Backstreet Boys sound checks where they did that before. And they're like, I don't remember this song. And then they're like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. I'm like,
yes.
Okay, so the next question was from, yes, yeah, that was good. So Nina from El Salvador. So yeah, so there was a lot of people there from other countries. So there was like Peru, Canada, El Salvador. So she said, was there a song you didn't expect you'd enjoy performing again, but you do? And then somebody said loads of them. And then Scott said, I personally enjoy Closer to Me, because in that one's the one they perform on the B stage. So where they're actually closer to you. So yeah, so that was that one. And then Jay said Slam Dunk, The Funk, because it's the first song that they did together. So it holds a lot of memories for them. So yeah, so nostalgic and things like that. Yeah. And then I think it was kind of hard to make out, but it sounded like they were making jokes about a new album. I don't know if they're actually going to do a new album or if they had a new song or something, or maybe they were just joking around. I don't really share.
Well, there's streaming platforms now, so
yes. So this one,
nobody doing physical media anymore.
Yes. So actually tying into that, the next question, I can't remember who it's from, but it said, would you have done anything different if social media was back around in the day? And then again, I keep attributing these to Jay, but I'm pretty sure it was Jay, said, absolutely not. And we would have been canceled in 2 weeks. It's so true.
Yes, because they were the sexier band.
The bad boys of boy bands. So they were always like doing their own thing and whatever. So he's like, yeah. And then somebody else asked, what's on your bucket list? And I think it was Sean. And he said, go to Brazil and travel around the world. And I just thought that was funny because every time any boy band posts anything, in the comments, always come to Brazil, and everyone.
Brazil, besos.
Brazilian people are so passionate, and I friggin' love it. But yeah, so they're like, so he wants to go to Brazil and travel the world. And then I don't know if it was him or someone else, but he said that 2 places that he's never been to before was Iceland. And he wants to go there to see the Northern Lights. And then he said, and ironically, Peru. And it was like pointing to the Peru people again. So that was good. And then the next question was Sam from London, that was the girl we were with, that we had met. She said, who is the biggest diva backstage? And then they're like, well, how do you define diva? And then they started like arguing with each other on how to define diva. They're like, well, is it somebody who wants this? And, blah, 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 blah. And they just kept like, it, as boy bands do.
Fun banter. That's the best kind.
Around about that. It was pretty funny. And then somebody's like, oh, it's Jay. So they just decided that Jay was the biggest diva.
I thought it would be Abs, to be honest.
Probably. I don't know. I have no idea, but it was just really show. I don't know. It's just, I feel like that's also, they're like, well, depending on the day or depending on what type of diva, could be any of us. Like, okay.
Yeah, I guess.
And then, I don't know, then there was like some weird tangent when they were talking about signing a bunch of things. So I think that might have been where they decided that Jay was the diva because he doesn't like to sign. I'm not sure. It was very hard to hear on the thing, and I can't remember because it's been many months. So anyways, yeah. So then somebody named Anna asked them what their death row meal would be. And then one of them said curry.
Death row? Wow, that's very dark.
Well, you're dying. What's your last meal? What are you going to have?
That's very dark.
Yes, it was. But yes, people ask that sometimes. You could also just say, what's your favorite meal? That's also an option. Like if you can only
I guess you wouldn't get an answer if it was like that. So you have to go to like extreme.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. One of them said a glass of water, and I was like, what? Why would you? Okay.
Maybe they won't be able to drink any water.
Because you're dead, but yes.
Because you're dying. Because you're going to die.
Anyway, and then another one said homemade pizza. And then I feel like I misheard this because it sounded like he said 16 bowls of spiced rum. And I feel like that is not real. So I don't because you would be drinking it and it would be in a bowl. So I feel that's just my deafness coming in. So
that is so funny.
Another one said a smash burger. Another one said salad. I think he said salad with loads of meat and mushrooms. I was like, okay. And then someone was talking about a tomahawk steak, those like giant.
Yeah.
Like those giant
steaks are usually very good.
And then another one said a bangin' sourdough crust pizza. I was like, okay. So not just a regular sourdough crust, like a bangin' one.
Because they're not all banging, I guess.
They're not. So then I think they were mentioning that, I believe they were mentioning a place that they go to in Ireland, and they were going to Ireland, and I think they have good sourdough pizza. Okay. I wouldn't know. I've never been. I would love to go to Ireland though someday.
Yeah, I would like to go to Ireland.
That would be a good place to go. And then the next question. So the next question was Raven from London, and she asked them what their favorite 5 song was. And then they basically said it changes every day. Like they don't have a specific favorite depending on the day. So they're like, here's what today's favorite songs are. So somebody said, everybody get up, straight up funk, serious. So anyway, so they had that. So those were the favorite songs of the day. And then James from Cardi, who was Sam's friend, who was the other guy the one that we said kind of looked like Jay. His question was, how exactly does someone slam dunk the funk? And then there was kind of like, there was some like laughing and bickering, whatever. Basically they said everyone can interpret it in their own way. And then there was a funny line, but I couldn't really understand what they were saying. Something being arrested. I don't know. Anyways, but then it was like, it wasn't that. It was just like something like, don't slam dunk the, I don't know. It was a weird, it was funny, but I have no idea what they said. So then they asked him and they said, what's your name? And they're like, Jay. He's like, James. And then they're like, if Jay is feeling poorly today, you can just take his place. James, put your hands in the air and wave. So he put his hand in the air and like wave. They're like, perfect. Yep, you're hired. You're good. So Jay's out. You're up. And he's like, okay, I got it. He's like, your name's even Jay. Like it was really
That's
funny.
amazing.
It was super funny.
That's a great moment to remember.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was good. And then, so then they kind of basically thanked everyone for coming out. And then they said, we are quite literally having the time of our lives on this tour. So it was like, so they're like really appreciative of it. And then a couple of the guys like kind of ran around the stage and gave high fives. They couldn't really, because there was a catwalk. So like literally the 2 people at the end were able to like high five. The stage is pretty high. And then they said like, enjoy the show. And then as they're leaving, they're like, James, put your dancing shoes on in case anything happens to me. So Jay said that to James as he was leaving. And I was like,
that's so funny.
So funny. I'm trying to think, should I do Gina's comments or should I do the set list? Let's do Gina's comments first. So I called Gina before we started recording. And I said, like, is there anything that you wanted to like put in about this thing? So she said, the sound check was really good, which I agree. She said like the whole vibe was so good. They're having, and she said they're having as much fun performing as we are watching. Like you can tell that they really enjoyed being there. They're like laughing and having fun. And she said that they went really hard on the production and the choreography, which is true because they fucking killed that choreography. Like it was the same stuff from back in the day. I think it was the same choreographer. They were doing the dances. They had all like the classic things. And then even like the stage looked really well. Like they had all like the lights and the things. And obviously they had like close-ups of them, but they had like each song had its own vibe and they're like the light show and stuff. So it's like a really good quality production. It's like, again,
were they in shape? That sounds like they were in shape.
Yeah, they were. And they were doing it like it was like going to a Backstreet Boys show for us. Like, you know, when they have like the
Awesome.
big like stuff on stage, like
Production,
it was
yeah.
like it was a good production. She like, because they had she said it was nostalgia in the best way without trying too hard. It wasn't like they were like pandering or anything like that. She said they didn't slow down at all. They still had the same choreography. They had a great selection of songs. There was 2 stages. So to get to the second stage, they actually like walk through the crowd and like high-fiving people, and they went like the one way. And like in the small stage at the back, like those people were much closer, so they could interact more. I think they had some family members there. I believe Abs's mom might have been there. I think she kissed Jay on the head. I think that was our show. So that the show was like 2 hours. So she's like, yeah, there was a couple of songs that I was sad that they didn't play, but she's like, but then to make room for that, you had to have cut some other ones. And she's like, I don't have any regrets. Like, I like the song choices they picked. I thought it was really good. She said everybody was having a great time. She said the fans were really cool and friendly, which is true. Like, people seemed very chill there. Like, I don't know if we were just lucky to be in a good group of people, but everyone was like super fun and cool. And what's funny is that Gina actually kept running into Scott's wife. So Carrie was there with like all the kids. So she was super nice. So she first ran into them when we were outside. And they were doing the DJ thing, and she's like, "Oh, this girl looks familiar." And then she realized that she was with and she's like, "Oh, okay, that's Scott's wife." So like they had like a little bit of a chat, and when they were outside, they did everybody get up. So Gina kind of like laughed or something, and then Carrie was like, "Oh," and she's like, "Oh, before I left, I taught my kindergarten kids this dance." So they would know what I was going to go see. So she was like telling Carrie's like, that is like the cutest thing that I've ever heard. So whatever. So I wasn't with Gina at this point, but it was funny. So then when we went into the concert, we were kind of like just exploring because we wanted to see if they had any merch things, because the one merch item was sold out. So we wanted to go look. And as we're walking, the woman comes out again and she sees Gina. And she's like, "Hey," and she's like, "Hey." Like, it was just like a really like super nice moment. It was fun. So she was really nice. Gina also said the pyrotechnics were great and classy. There was lots of their family was in the crowd that night. So I guess a lot of them lived in the London area. And then Gina, her favorite part was when we were outside. When Jay walked by, she actually got to like touch him. Like, I guess they shook hands or something as he was walking by. And then she thinks,
like, how do you say that? Slap hands, shake hands, grab hands, touch your hand. I don't know. Sometimes when you touch your hand, I don't know. Sometimes when it happens to me, I'm like, what do they do? Smack your hand, touch your hand, slap your hand. I don't know.
Grabbed mine. He just kind of like squeezed my hand. Like, he came by and like squeezed my hand and walked away. So, which was great. And
Nick always did it for us sometimes, like when we were at concerts, he would like smack our hands. High five us. I don't know. So I don't know. Sometimes I wouldn't know like what to say about that. How do you describe it?
Yeah, it's weird. It's like, I guess it depends on how they touch your hand. Like, are they grabbing your hand? Are they high-fiving? Are they squeezing? Are they okay? Nobody was kissing hands.
I don't think they would ever do that. Oh my God.
I don't think so either. I feel like that's weird. But yeah,
you'd be like, they're making out with my hand.
Just like, "Hey, baby, hold on." You know who did that? QT from Together. I remember there was.
Oh my God, QT! I could see that happening. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I think the 2 songs they played was "If You're Getting Down" and "Everybody Get Up." So yeah, so that was like cute. So that was, yeah. So they came out. I'm like, I can't. I'm like, in my head, I was like, there's no way they're just gonna walk outside. They're playing this giant arena. And no, they were there. They just kind of walked in, did their little thing, walked back out. So I was like, all right, awesome.
I feel like because it's a nostalgic tour, they were like, let's make a great moment for fans. And they're like, yes, let's just walk out there and do it.
Yes, for sure. Yep. Oh, I can show some of the merch they had. Oh, hold on. Let me do the set list first. Okay. So the set list, I'm just all over the place, guys. You know me. This is how I am. Okay, so the set list, I think it was the same set list for the whole tour. I don't think they switched up any songs. I think it was just a set list. So this was for November 20th. So they started off with Slam Dunk the Funk. Then they did Shake, which I did not remember this song from back in the day. But
Like, is it like shake, shake, shake?
No, it was like Shake, and then they like twirl around in a circle. It was
okay.
interesting. I don't know.
Never heard of that.
No, 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 no. Like, okay. So I knew it before I went because I looked up the set list and I like to like listen to the songs before I go to a concert. So I had that.
Yeah, you
then they had
yourself hyped up.
Yeah, for
we
sure.
do
Right?
that all the time for Backstreet Boys, Old Town.
For sure. Do that. That's why my 98 Degrees was one of my most listened to bands last year.
We did that for Westlife. Remember we did the album review, and then the next day we went to Westlife, and we're like, good thing we did the album review because they did the majority of those songs.
Yep, we're like Jay. We don't remember things. Anyways, so they did. So third song was Got the Feeling. Love that song. Then Straight Up Funk. It's the Things You Do. Lay All Your Lovin' on Me, which I was just like the ABBA song. And Gina's like, no, it's not like the ABBA song. It's an entirely different song. And it is an entirely different song. Then When the Lights Go Out, which is one of our favorites. The lights go out. Yeah, we made a horror movie out of that one. Then they did Invincible, Human, and then Party Line 555 Online. And then they did If You're Getting Down, Baby, I Want It Now, Baby. So good. So good. And then they have a cover of We Will Rock You by Queen. So they high energy is really good.
Song.
Yep. So then they moved to the B stage. So for that, they did Rock the Party, Closer to Me, and Serious. Then I believe they started moving during the next song. So they went back to the main stage. So on that way, they passed us on our way back. And then the main stage was Until the Time Is Through, My Song. And it says Scott's on second verse with Rapper's Delight and Good Times. So there was like clips in that one. Then Let's Dance. And then Everybody Get Up. Everybody get up. Sing it. 1, 2, 3, 5 will make you get down.
Yes, that's a good one.
Such a good song. And then their encore, they did a little medley. So it was Jump Around, Place Your Hands, and Get Lucky. Which I think O-Town does Get Lucky too, don't they? Time to get lucky.
I think so. It sounds like familiar.
Maybe it's just cheap to get. I don't know. Anyway, so they did that. And then their final encore song was Keep On Moving, which is was stuck in my head for days. And that was the name of the tour. It was the Keep On Moving tour. So obviously they're going to play that song. So good. Such a good,
it's not that obvious.
Good concert. And then they have
some boy banders don't do the songs that can be obvious in the tour.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
In a concert. Like Nick Carter.
Yes, Nick is, he's not the greatest at that. But anyways, they sent out all these like confetti and streamers. So it was orange and white. I grabbed a bunch, but then I ran out of space in my luggage because I was bringing back a lot of British chocolate. So I had to leave some behind. I'm not actually even sure what I'm going to do with it, but
I don't know. Yeah. Do you scrapbook at all?
I do not. I'm too lazy for
that. If you
that.
ever did, maybe this is the time you start and you put it in a scrapbook.
And I was thinking of maybe putting it inside of like an ornament or something like that because I have a bunch of those clear ornaments.
Yes. I used to do a lot of scrapbooking in the beginning. Yes. When I was younger, and then when I went and did stuff like meeting the boys, I was like, yes, let me do scrapbooking again. And then I did it for a couple of years. And then I was like, this is a lot of work and effort and money. I'm going to stop now.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so I have a whole bunch of scrapbooks.
Either have empty pages at the end. We did do that scrapbook for when AJ and Michelle got married and all the
Yes, we did.
But everybody did their own page and then we just put it all together.
Yes. And then when they got separated, we're like, oh no. Now that booklet is not good anymore. But
who even knows if AJ even?
Although now that apparently they're,
kind of together again.
Kind of together, so it still works.
You never know. So once you get in, it's freezing there because it's like you're almost outside again. like to get into the O2. It was weird because it was like part of it was like outdoor, but not because it was covered with this awning thing. It was so weird. But yeah, you got to take the escalators up and then Budweiser. Here are some of the merch items they had. So I did end up getting this tote bag, but they had run out. So we're like, can we not literally just buy the one off the wall? They're like, no, we're not allowed to do that. We're like, okay. So we ended up getting it after the show because there was like a thing. These foam fingers were a big thing. I don't know if it's just because they were cheap or I don't know if they just like foam fingers in the UK. They had some hats. They had this 5 tour book, which I also got.
Yes, tour books are a great memento to have.
And they had these really nice, like there were so many nice hoodies there. The problem
Did you buy one?
is, yes, but not one of these ones. I don't know if I have a picture of it, but basically like so cute. But I hate those ones that you put over, and they did not have any zipper
pullover,
hoodies.
right? Pullover.
Yeah. So yeah, they also had like some T-shirts, like Wiggy Wiggy, getting jiggy. They had more things. They had programs. They had the hats. They had the old school album cover. I remember that album.
Oh yes, nice.
Yes. So, and then also I was like, sometimes like they're a little too tight because I am fat. So then I got the genius idea to buy this hoodie. So this is the one that I actually ended up purchasing. So it has like just the 5 logo on the chest, and the back has all the pictures. So what I'm going to do, I have not done it yet. I'm like 90% of the way there because I actually bought the item that I need. But I saw online that you can literally just cut it right down the center and then just put a zipper in there and make a hoodie.
Amazing.
So I bought a zip, and it looks super easy. Like obviously the top and the bottom, you need to a little bit different. But I'm like, so that is my project. So hopefully I'll have that in the next little while. But yeah, because I was like, then I could wear this and like, yeah, so it was really cool. I like that.
That's great.
The hats were cute. They had a little key. I don't know. Maybe I might have bought a keychain too. I can't remember. But what am I going to do?
Keychains are also good.
Yes. But, oh, this was cute. So, okay. So here is the program, which I have purchased and have not actually read any. Yeah. Maybe we can flip through it really quick. But what's interesting is I was just randomly like flipping through the book, and then it said, one of the questions was, what other boy band tune do you wish you guys had recorded? And Scott responded with Quit Playing Games by the Backstreet Boys, one of the best songs ever written. So I thought that's kind of cool.
Yes, because years later, Nick Carter was like, they could have had, Backstreet Boys could have had Baby When the Lights Go Up, but then they didn't get it.
That's true. So yeah,
and that's when they also told us years later, they were going to, they loved What Hurts the Most, and they didn't get it.
From Rascal Flatts?
Rascal Flatts did it. So the songs that you were like, wow, this could be a good Backstreet Boys song, almost became a Backstreet Boys song.
See, there you go. You never know. So I went a little nuts. So I don't know if these are pictures or not. These might be
It's okay.
Yes. So basically what I ended up doing, I was like, oh, I'm just going to record one song or not. I recorded like most of the concert, and it's not like even the greatest quality. However, if you go to our YouTube page, I have videos of it. I don't know. Did I make a playlist? If I didn't make a playlist, I'll make a playlist. But basically just scroll down. Here's like all the 5 songs that like videos of them performing and stuff. We were like side stage. It was actually pretty good. They were good seats. So would we like want to be in the pit next time? Maybe, because you know us and I need to be as close as humanly possible. However, where we were actually really good seats, and there was nobody like directly in front of us. Like there was a section right below us. But so I thought that was good. Yeah, it was good. It was really good. What am I going to do? Stop sharing that. But yes, so I got this 5 program. It was just funny because I literally never buy any of these for anybody. But it has.
I always buy it from Backstreet Boys.
Right? You have them all?
It's basically since like the Millennium Tour.
Yes.
Basically the ones that I went to. So like I started from like Unbreakable.
Right.
Because at that time when I was younger, I couldn't buy.
So basically it's just like pictures and stuff. Is that kind of how what these things
pictures, and each boy like writes something like saying thank you. and how much they love touring, and thank you for the support kind of thing.
Nice.
And
so
then
this one,
at the end of the booklet, they thank everyone, their managers, the tour people, the stage managers, that kind of thing.
okay.
The production company, the production people, everybody.
You got it. It takes a lot of people to put on a big tour like this.
It takes a village.
It takes a village for sure. So I'll just read the first page. It says, "Welcome. Wow, we are finally here. 25 years have passed since we were last together as a 5, and it still feels surreal to be writing this now as we launch the Keep On Movin' Tour 2025. When we announced our tour back in February with 12 dates, we never could have dreamt that what the reaction would be. To be stepping out on stage for 25 dates across the UK and Ireland is incredible. We are so grateful for the unbelievable support and love we have received from every single one of you. It's been an emotional, exciting, and crazy year so far. We cannot wait to get back on that stage and give it our all. We've been working hard on the choreography. Yes, we're doing the original moves, as well as the vocals and rehearsal, and we are so ready for it. We've also got an incredibly talented band behind us." That was true. They had actually a band playing. It wasn't just
nice
backing music. "The music is sounding amazing. Thank you to every single one of you who has a ticket to one of our shows. We love you all. Let's do it." And then it has...
Yeah. So they do a group one, messages. Love the boys, and then they do one each page. Each boy does one.
So on this one, they had good luck messages from some other celebrity. I'm not going to read them, but
that's cool.
Robbie Williams did a whole page there. Ollie Murs, Scott Mills, Nikki Burns.
I guess because they just came back, right? So
yeah, and Daisy Mae Cooper. So a lot of other artists and stuff have written things. Then there was fan Q&As here. Let me just So, for example, this one question is, what is the number one most important item on your tour rider? So that's the free shit that they get in their the backstage area. Yep. Besides all the healthy stuff, of course, it has to be Guinness. And that was Jay.
Of course.
Of course. Does it feel like 25 years has passed? And then Scott said, "We cannot believe it's been almost 25. It's been 25 years. Time has absolutely flown by. The best thing about it, though, is that nothing has changed. We are brothers, and the bond has always been there and will always will be. The dynamic is basically 5 teenagers reunited."
Wonderful.
So kind of.
You're only as young as you feel.
Exactly. So then they have bunch of pictures from this year. It says 5 and 25.
And there's pictures, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, they usually do a photo shoot.
More pictures
of it.
Lots of stuff there.
Cool. It's cool. It's a cool memento to have.
Would you rather? So they have a whole little game in here, and then the guys pick which ones they would.
Yeah, that's cool. I feel like that maybe they're doing it because it's been so long. So they're let's add a whole bunch of things in there.
Yes.
Because usually it's just photo shoot pictures, thank yous, naming the people who have helped the tour. But yeah, this is pretty cool.
So it's would you rather have everybody get up or keep on moving as your alarm clock? So for everybody get up, Jay and Richie picked that one, and then Sean, Scott, and Abs picked keep on moving. Would you rather see Jay's eyebrow piercing come back or Scott's spiky hair? So for the that's question 3. So Scott and Abs said they'd rather have Jay's eyebrow piercing, and the other guy said Scott's hair. So just kind of random things like that. So that's cute. Even more pictures. There's tons of pictures here. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah. You kind of froze, so it didn't show very well, but yes.
I kind of what?
It kind of froze your picture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, now I can see it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Then it also has meet the band. So the drummer and all the other people there. So keys and guitar and drums. throwback photos. So like from back in the day, I remember many of these pictures being in all the teen magazines.
Yes.
Posters and stuff. So that's cute. Then it has like the official merch store. It had a Movember ad. The credits. And then, oh, interesting. Okay, so for the thank you, it's just a page, but there's a QR code, and it says to scan for a video from the band. I wonder if we could do that. Do you think we could do that? Do you think it would work?
You can try.
We could try it. Hold on one sec.
She's scanning the code to see if it works.
Scanning the code. Let's see what happens.
Let's see, does it work?
I wonder if it's going to make me sign up. Ugh, I already had that. So it brings you to a page. I can send. I'm already on your emailing list. All right. I don't think it's going to work, guys. Oh, hold on. Yep, here it is.
We just wanted to say thank you for coming to the Keep On Moving tour.
Oh, what is happening here?
Thank you. If you're watching this before the show, we hope you had an amazing time. And if you're watching it afterwards, we hope you had an unbelievable time. Yes! Woo! Boom.
Okay, that was cute. So it's just like a little,
cute.
very cute little thank you for coming to the show and watching it. So very cute. Yeah. So all in all, it was a fabulous trip. Really
it sounds like a great time.
Gina
I'm glad
decided
that you
to
guys
do
were
it.
able to finally see them after so long.
Having only seen them once in concert, and back in the day, we were huge Five fans. So
Right.
yeah, it was very good. And I'm just gonna do a quick share that this was when we went to go see the Hunger Games on stage. And they had a lot of cool stuff there. It was very cute. Obviously, you couldn't take any videos or pictures during the show. They had a lot of cute merch, bought some of that stuff. And yeah, then we just kind of like checked out random things. Sorry, I just this man that I ended up like we were like sardines on the tube on the one. And then this man was behind me, but he was like so close I could feel his arm heat. So then I was like, oh, let me take like a quick picture and like to be like, oh,
Looks like he's
my
sleeping.
favorite French boyfriend. But doesn't he like the look on his face? I was fucking dying. It's just like, but anyways, him and the other guy that he was with were speaking French the whole time. So we're like, okay, whatever. So me and Gina are speaking English, but I think they could kind of understand what we were saying, and they could. Anyway, so as we were like leaving, we were getting off at the same stop. So then he had gone off, and then his buddy had gone off, but I was before, so I was like letting him go. He's like, no, you. So then I went, and then I was like, merci beaucoup, and then he said, enchanté, and I was like, oh. So my fake French boyfriend for 30 seconds. So yes,
That's amazing.
which I'm pretty sure had a so and then we went to like Nando's and we like checked out some other stuff. So yeah, it was we went to Harrods, we went to Selfridges. Yeah, so there was a lot of things. And what's cool is the one thing that like this, I don't know what it's called. Jellycat. This is like a thing that's
Jellycat,
like,
yes, it's a big thing.
So the London specific Jellycats are like Britishy foods. So like a fish pie, sausage, chips, which is like French fries, and then peas and whatever. So like literally like 2 days. And then I guess they pretend to like cook these animals and then give them to you or whatever to the kids.
Mhm.
So expensive. Like, oh my God, like 40 pounds for one. So that's
Wow.
like $80 Canadian
That's
basically,
crazy.
for
Did
like
you
a
buy
stuffed
it?
animal. Are you on? No, definitely not. But
People love it. At the distillery district, they have a Jellycats like area.
oh, so is there like Canadian specific ones?
Yeah,
there
there's
too?
a store in the distillery district. When we went on in the Christmas market or the Winter Village,
Yeah.
we looked and we went up the stairs and we saw a Jellycats, and there was lots of like
Oh,
toys there.
interesting. Yeah.
The
so-
cheapest one was like $15.
Yeah, it's crazy. You could get the entire package of that for £205, which is like $400 for
That is
5
insane.
animals. Crazy.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to point out is that like, I think it was the next week, Joe Jonas was in London because his kids live there, like part time, because his ex-wife is there, and he was at the Jellycat thing. And I was like, oh my god, I was standing where Joe Jonas was. Like,
wow.
Yes.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, it was really cute. There was a lot of like fun stuff there. They had Five Guys at the airport.
Oh, nice.
Oh my god. And they had breakfast items, which I thought was
Did
crazy.
you buy it? Must have bought it.
No, because we ended up having breakfast at the hotel. So
Oh, okay.
but yeah, so I was like, oh my god, they have five. Like, it's so weird to like, because I just think of Five Guys as being a North American thing, but they had them in Italy too, and I didn't see it there. But
Wow.
yeah, there you go. They have hot dogs.
Cool.
Looks like they have a little more of an expanded menu there.
Do they have free peanuts, or is that only in Canada?
You know what? That's a good question. I don't think I went far enough to see if they had the free peanuts, because it would be by the, because I didn't order food.
Right.
And then so I wouldn't have a bag to put the free peanuts in. But also I feel like at an airport they might not have it because of allergies and stuff.
That's true.
Yeah. And then so
cool.
then we
Looks like
got
you had a
delayed.
great
It was
time.
it was a lot of fun. Gina, like, great time. And like the cool thing about Gina and like, you know, and even other friends that you have when you're just like younger is that like you can go months and months and months without seeing them, and then you like just pick up right where you left off, right? So it was like we had so much fun, like even like inside jokes from like 20 some odd years ago still we're like still got those. So yeah, it was fun. So
those are the best kind.
it was such like a good and they had this filter, sorry, one more thing, they had this filter at the show, so you could on Instagram, I guess. So there you go. So it was like the Keep On Moving 2025 tour. So that's the stage in the background. And then I wrote 26 years since the first and last 5 show in Canada, worth the flight to the UK. So yeah, so
that's awesome.
It was a really good time. I'm so glad that I went because I was so bummed that we weren't going to get them. So fingers crossed that they come to North America or somewhere that's cheap to fly to this year. So I would definitely go see them again. So I know a lot of people were like, because I didn't go to the Sphere. And I feel like I could go to Vegas and go see, and I heard that show is amazing, and I am bummed that I didn't go to that too. However, I am like so happy that I went to 5 because like that's like one of those, I don't want to say like a once in a lifetime, because hopefully they'll be touring for many years to come, but it was so great to be there and to experience it and to go to my first concert overseas. And it was a lot of fun. So we definitely had a great time. It was great.
Awesome. I'm glad you had a great experience.
Yes, thank you so much. So yes, so fingers crossed. Has anybody else seen 5 yet? I know we have a lot of like fans in North America. Like, are you guys hoping that we get 5? If so, I'm gonna find that link and hopefully it's still available, and you just keep requesting them because that would be amazing. Because you know what, Westlife came and they don't have to do a full tour. They don't. They can just do like what Westlife did, and they did Toronto, Chicago, New York, LA, I think.
Yeah. Something
like that. And just kind of like, if they don't want to have to do the whole thing. But if they do a bunch of tour dates, we will be going to a bunch of tour dates.
Yeah, we definitely would like to see them.
Yeah, for sure. So it's so fun. They're so like high energy, and you can tell that they like each other. That's the other thing. They got that boy band brotherly bond, and
it's back to normal. That's good.
Yes, it's good. I know there was a few years there was some like animosity between them, but all that's kind of in the past, and they are like, because I'm not going to lie, I was a bit nervous. I was like, "Ooh, are they going to make it to the shows? Are they going to break up again?" But no, they seem to genuinely love each other and are having a great time. So
that's
it was a
great.
Great show. Definitely recommend it. So
awesome.
All right, guys. Well, I guess that's about it. It's like definitely over an hour, because I said to Sophia, I'm like, I don't know if I have enough to talk about for an hour, and she's like, you say this every time. So sorry, guys. Shorter than last week.
We get it over an hour
for sure,
or close to it.
Well, anyways, thanks for taking a break with us, guys.
Until next time.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Yay.